When you see something like this, you know it's been a great day. Well, let's see what new teas I got. Here's that sweet little baby. The first tea I'd like to show you that I got today is the Brachypelma amelia. I've been wanting to get this one for quite some time now. I really cannot afford to buy the larger ones, so I kind of like, I really prefer to buy them like this. I prefer to buy a lot of smaller teas versus one or two large ones. I just feel like I'm getting more when I buy a lot of smaller teas. So, I just don't want to spend a lot of money on one or two teas. So that's why I got this baby here. And brackies are very slow growers. Sorry, I'm really tired. They are very slow growers, so you do have to be patient. But at the same time, it's really fun to watch them develop after each molt. And I don't know if you can tell on camera here because it is so small, but the triangle shape, which is usually called the mask, on the carapace is not seen right now. So maybe we'll start seeing it in a couple of molts or so. I think they do kind of show up early if I'm not mistaken. But not yet. This particular specimen is probably only about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a 1/2 an inch. So we may have to wait a couple of molts before we start seeing that well-known triangular shape on the carapace. For those of you who are not aware of this because you're new to my channel, my favorite genus is definitely the Brackies. I love Brachypelmas, and this is definitely one of my favorites. So I'm really excited to have this now in my collection. So there's the first one. Let's see what else I got. Now this next one is about an inch. This is another brachy, and of course early on, like this sling here, you cannot see the adult colors quite yet, but this is another brachy that I really love. I've been wanting one of these for quite a while as well. This is the Brachypelma albiceps. I really like these because they have a really light colored carapace in contrast to black legs and kind of reddish hairs on the abdomen. So they really look impressive. It's kind of a cream colored carapace, and the common name is the Mexican golden red rump. So I am just thrilled to death to have one of these as well. And just like with the Amelia, they're very slow growers, so you just have to be patient and wait for it to get where you want it to be, but it's certainly well worth the wait. And just like with the Amelia, I'm going to enjoy watching it transform after each molt. So this is really exciting. Alright, so there's tea number 2. Let's see what else we got. This one is hiding in its tube right now. I've had one of these before, but it had died because it was a mature male, and they just don't live that long. So I'm hoping that this little baby here, which is about, let's see, this is probably about an inch as well. This is a Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, green bottle blue, and you can see there's a molt in there, so it molted recently. But I really wanted to have another one of these. This is definitely one of my favorite tarantulas out there. The colors are about as pretty as a tarantula can get. Between the P. metallica and this one, I think it's a really hard choice which one I think's the prettiest, but I like the B. bomi too. If I had to pick the top 5 most beautiful tarantulas, I would have to put this one definitely as one of the top 5. I mean, you can't get much prettier than this. It has the green carapace, the blue legs, and the orange abdomen. Now, when they're slings and juvies, their abdomens have like the pattern on them. But once they get older, the pattern goes away, and then it's just a solid orangish red abdomen. So, but two of the reasons why I really like these teas is because they have voracious appetites, just like the Acanthoscurrias do. And also they're excellent web builders. So I'm looking forward to watching this one build web. As it, you made a little web bed right here for the molt. But you can see a little bit of the pattern right now on the abdomen. Well, it's kind of hard to see right now with the tea in there. But yeah, so I've had experience with these already. But I just had to have another one. They're just one of my favorite teas out there. So there's that one. So that's 3 teas down, 3 to go. Let's see what else we got. Here's the next tea that I got. This one's an Old World. I've never had this species before, but I have had a couple of genuses of this. I've had the Chilobrachys guancinensis, which died. I think it matured out, if I remember. And then I currently have the Chilobrachys discalus. Well, now this one here is the Chilobrachys fimbriatus, and it is one of the most beautiful teas I've seen as well. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but you can barely make out the pattern on the abdomen that it's going to get. The really cool stripes that they get on their abdomen, you could just barely make it out. And a reason why I like these is because not only the way they look, but also because they have really cool web building abilities. I mean, just like with the GBV, the Chilobrachys are known for their web building. And as you can see, this little thing here, which is only an inch, has already made a substantial amount of web. So, gorgeous tea. And I'm really happy to have one of these. Another one that's been on my wish list. So, that'll be fun watching this one grow. Alright. So, because this is an Old World tea, this one will definitely not be handled. The last 3 were all New Worlds. So, alright, let's see what else we got. 2 left. This is another genus that I absolutely love. I used to have the Pamphobetius antinus kind of early on in the hobby for me. But unfortunately, I probably accidentally killed that one by not giving it enough humidity. They like it on the humid side. However, this one here is not the antinus. This one is the, let's see, Pamphobetius nigercolor. So yeah, that's what this one is. And unfortunately, you see that really nice abdominal pattern there? Unfortunately, they lose that. So, you know, that's sad because it's so cool looking. But I love the Pamphos because, just like with the Acanthoscurria and the GBBs, they eat like there's no tomorrow. And they also get really large. Almost as large as the Lasiadoras, Parahabanas, and the Theraphosas. They get up there. So, these are really cool to have too. I'm really excited to see the colors on this one, but this is one of the ones you kind of want it to stay this color for a while. It's just so beautiful. But yeah, they don't keep it. So enjoy it while it lasts. Yep, so Pamphobetius nigercolor. Alright, I believe I have one left. Let's check it out. Okay, hopefully I can have better luck with this Avicularia sling. As you recall, the Avicularia purpurea I used to have was killed by a mealworm, even though the tea was not molting, and it could have very easily gotten out of the way, but for some reason it chose to allow the mealworm to munch on it. So that one died. And then the recently I lost my Vicularia metallica sling, unknown causes. So let's try again. This is the Vicularia minatrix, and thankfully this one does keep its abdominal pattern. So I'm really excited about that. The orange and black stripes there. See, isn't that cool? Really awesome. So I'm really excited to have one of these. So I hope that I can have better luck with this one. So I'll just have to, you know, provide plenty of ventilation and make sure it always has water, and it should work. You know, that's what I was doing with the last one, but for whatever reason it didn't make it. So that's all that we have today. So yes, I'm thrilled to death. Cute, aren't they? Okay, so now I'm going to discuss what I'm going to do with each one. The avic here, I'm going to keep that one in the same enclosure. The only thing I'm going to do with this one though is maybe add a little bit more ventilation. There's holes on the top, and there's holes, you know, all around, but I want to put more holes in there. And then I'm going to use my favorite substrate, which is the Eco Earth cocoa fiber substrate, so I'm going to swap that out. I do like that leaf, so I'll leave that in there. And I'll leave this tea in this container because that's the perfect size for it, and it's a arboreal, so perfect setup for that one. With the Pamphibedius, I'm actually going to put this one in a larger enclosure because they're fast growing, they're going to get huge, so I might as well just go ahead and move it on to a larger enclosure. And I will also use my typical Eco Earth substrate and also that one will be transferred. My Chilobrachys here, I thought, well, I wasn't originally going to disturb the webbing, but it was stuck to the top of this lid. So I don't know. I may move it or I may leave it in here. I haven't decided yet, but I will change the substrate out and just figure out what to do. I got to think about that one. This one here, the GBB, I will definitely move to another enclosure and use the Eco Earth and all. And all of these will get water dishes, of course. I will leave both of these brackies here in these enclosures because it's the perfect size for them. And I'm just going to add air holes and water dishes. So that's what we'll do with that. Alright, let's see where all these teas came from. Here is where the teas came from. We actually drove to this guy's house. We were going to be in the Huntsville, Alabama area anyway, so we decided to kill two birds with one stone and pay this guy a visit. And he was very hospitable. He says he gets people, customers all the time at his house buying his teas, so it's, you know, nothing new to them. But yes, very knowledgeable with the teas. It's a husband and wife. They definitely know what they're doing. Have a great selection of teas here. And let's see. He's got a really good list here. Here's where you can click on new arrivals, New World slings, Old World slings, scorpions, female and male tarantulas. So yeah, let me just pull one up and give you an example here of so yeah, here they all are, and I would say these are good deals. Some of them are what I would say are typical prices, but then there's others that I thought were good deals. So there's some right there, kind of give you an idea, but yeah, you can go check it out yourself. But yes, very nice people, very nice selection of teas. So yeah, so those are the new arrivals. But yes, so yeah, I highly recommend that you check these people out and get some teas from them. Good quality stuff, great customer service. They were always on top of responding to me when I asked questions. So yeah, great folks here. Alright, so now I guess the next thing I'll do is work on rehousing some of these teas and getting their new substrate and all that. Alright, thanks guys. Alright, the first one I'm going to rehouse is the Pamphibedius nigrocolor. I got some cork bark here. I have moist substrate. Got the water dish right there. Kind of like made a little cave through there if it wants to hide. So let's see if we can do this easily. First gotta touch the, see if he'll go peacefully. There we go, it's a start. Come on, there you go. Oh, you get you some water. There you go. Well, that was easy. Alright, so rehouse number 1 is done. Next. Alright, next transfer will be the Chilobrachys fimbriatus. Got a water dish here, damp substrate, cork bark hide, and I'm sure it's going to make elaborate webbing all through there, so that'll be neat to watch. So these guys are quite fast, so I am ready. Yeah, let's see. First I'm going to have to, there we go, let's try to remove some of that webbing here. Might be just simpler to pick up the cup and do it like that. Scoop it in there. Now if this tea was larger, I wouldn't even get my thumb close to the tea at all. But since it's just a little bitty thing, I'm not worried about a significant bite. Yeah, they still could bite, but wouldn't be nearly as bad. There we go. Awesome. Went straight into the hide. Alright, we'll let that one de-stress. Alright, next. Here's the transfer of my Chromatopoma cyanopubescens. Similar setup to the others. Cork bark, damp substrate, water dish. Obviously the older this one gets, the more climbing space I'll provide it, and web space where it could make some neat webs. But for now this will suffice. So there's our little baby. See if she'll go in there peacefully. Come on, I know it's new. It's new. It's new. There we go. Alright. Let me kind of guide you down here to your, you can kind of hide in there a little bit. Alright. Let's move on to another one now. Okay, we'll be moving the Brachypoma albiceps now. Another thing that I just want to remind you of is when you make air holes for like your really small teas, make sure you don't make them too big. See, these are really tiny because you don't want your tea to escape. With this substrate, I didn't make it as damp as I made the others because brackies really like it on the dry side, but just enough to kind of get it to settle. And of course I got a water dish in there, so nothing elaborate. I need to buy some more fake leaves, so I'll probably just put a leaf in there just to kind of give it a little safe place to hide, you know. But yeah, simple as that. Aren't they cute? Alright, moving on. Alright, here's the very tiny Brachypoma amelia. Pretty much did the same thing as I did with the albiceps. Now this one is just hard to get out because it's so tiny, and you have to be really careful. There we go. Alright, very good. Alright, semi-damp substrate, but of course damper on the top there so it can get a good drink. Water dish, and might provide a leaf later on. Alright, one tea left. Okay, I kept the same enclosure for the Vicularium minatrix. The only thing I did was I added more air holes. I changed the substrate to Eco Earth, which is my preference. I added a water dish. I kept the same leaf. So made the substrate damp enough just to maintain humidity level in there. And of course I sprinkled, water all around the plastic so that the tea can get a drink. Avics are very quick also, and they tend to leap about, which this one did do when I was trying to put it in here. So let's see if I can get it back in. Okay, and then I put more holes in here too. Alright guys, successful rehousings. So we're going to wait 2 or 3 days or so and let the teas get used to their new homes, and then we'll do some feedings of the newest teas and see how they take down food. Alright guys, thanks for watching.